Last year in 2020, I mentioned that I wanted to work with brands. A lot of people think you need tens of thousands of followers. Actually, my first ever brand deal was with, yeah, as I said, I've charged up to 5, but it's also like incredibly profitable. I hate the term. I've always wanted to work with brands because I feel like I have a really good business brain from previously owning multiple businesses, and because I've also previously worked with influencers and I've seen some really good results and I've seen some really bad results, and I kind of feel like I know what works. But also because I love content creating. I love creating videos, I love creating, my brain just goes wild with ideas when I start thinking about content creating for a brand. This time last year, literally in March 2020, I think I had around 900 Instagram followers. I hadn't started my TikTok yet, and I hadn't started YouTube yet. And now, right now on this date, these are the stats. I'm gonna put them up on the screen now, and I'm blown away because in the shortest amount of time, so much has happened, and I'm honestly doing everything that I've ever dreamed of doing, and working with brands is definitely one of those. Over predominantly the last 6 months, I've started working with brands in all different formats, and I'll run through all of these in the video, from paid work to affiliate programs to also gifting campaigns. I'm also going to share the main platform that I use when it comes to finding brand deals. It's super easy, super effective, and it's just like makes the whole process so much smoother. If you do have questions throughout this video, I do recommend watching the whole way through, because I'm sure the questions that you have I will answer along the way, because they're probably the exact same questions that I had when I first started getting into this whole influencing, content creating thing. I hate the term influencer. It just makes me cringe. I don't like it at all. I like to call myself a passionate content creator. And with saying that, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first thing when it comes to working with brands is you obviously need a following. And I think there's a lot of misconception around this, because a lot of people think you need tens of thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands, even up to millions to work with brands, and it's simply not true. I'm gonna run you through some of the pros and cons that I've found from using Tribe and what I think is really helpful for you guys. But before we get into that, I wanna run you through some of the different types of work you can do as an influencer. You can make money from paid sponsorship deals. You can make money as an affiliate. So what an affiliate is say if a brand is a clothing brand, right? And what happens is you sign on as a partner with that clothing brand, and they give you a specific link, like a link in bio type thing. That's what the influencers usually say. And every time that someone goes to that link and they use that link to buy off that website, they get a cut of every sale. It's like this back end thing that just like technology, and yeah, that's kind of how an affiliate program works. And then there's like gifting campaigns. So a brand may gift you an item and they want you to do a sponsored post. This can be really popular for micro influencers. And then there are also content creating for brands. So brands may not want to use your platform as such. They might not want you promoting the product, but they might want you to create content for them. There's so many different avenues for influencing. The ones that I've mainly done are paid collaborations. Because I have a substantial following on TikTok, brands actually want to pay to get in front of that following. And that's the main thing when it comes to influencing, is they want to use your platform to sell their products so that your following go and buy it. That is basically influencing. I'll now run you through a bit of my story. So the platform that I primarily use is called Tribe, and to be eligible to use Tribe, you need 3,000 followers. Once I hit my 3,000 followers, I jumped on the platform. It's really straightforward. You create a profile, you have to link it to a Facebook page. So if you've already got an Instagram page, you just create a Facebook page and you link the two, and that's kind of the sign up. It's very, very straightforward. Anyone can do this. Once you then gain access to the Tribe platform, you then have access to a feed which shows you all the different brands and all the different campaigns they're showing. So basically this is the feed that you see. You can swipe through and you can see all of the different brands that are currently looking for a collaboration. Look, Golden Gay Time with Cocoa Pops. There's all different brands that are on here, and basically what you do is once you find a brand, you go in there. Actually, I'm gonna let's open up this Golden Gay Time one. So it tells you the influencer requirements. So it says all genders, the Instagram followers that they want you to have. Now, in saying this, I obviously have a bigger following on TikTok. So sometimes I submit a campaign and say, look, I don't have 20,000 on Instagram, but I do have 666,000 on TikTok. Would you be interested in me creating a TikTok video, which I can then share on my Instagram stories? And sometimes brands will want to do that for something different, because TikTok is a up and coming platform that brands are starting to realize the return on investment. So yeah, then they go through the preferred audience, they give you a little bit about us, they give you some mood board photos so you can kind of see what they're after, and then it sort of talks about the content that they would love from you, Instagram submission options, the tags you need to use, and the do's and don'ts of different things. But yeah, that is kind of how Tribe works. I really like it. The only thing that I don't like about Tribe is they don't have TikTok on there as a platform. So when you go in, you can add in your YouTube, I think you can add in YouTube. Maybe it's just Instagram and Facebook. I'm not sure. Anyway, you go in there and you add in your platforms and it automatically will sync your stats so that the brands can see where your actual analytics are. But they don't have TikTok on there yet. I'm hoping that they bring TikTok out on the platform because that would be super helpful, especially for me. But in saying that, I still reach out to brands and I will mention to them that I have a following on TikTok. Would they be interested in me sharing it, type of thing. Now, when it comes to finding brands that want to work, now, actually, wait, quickly. You don't just have to use platforms like that. You can reach out to brands directly, and I have definitely done that. I've reached out to brands and started a conversation with them, especially for gifting campaigns. So what a gifting campaign is pretend. Actually, I'm going to give you an example that happened to me. A little while ago, I brought a dress. It was this dress from Orange Sherbet, and I created a TikTok about it. And the video went kind of viral. I think it had like 70,000 views within the first 24 hours. But the comments coming in were a lot of people that were saying, I've gone and bought the dress, or I've just gone to this website, didn't know existed, I've just brought a few dresses, like people buying the product, right? So Orange Sherbet, the company, didn't have a TikTok account, so they weren't aware of this. So what I did is I actually messaged them on Instagram and said, hey, just a heads up, I got my dress, I absolutely love it. I created a TikTok video, it's kind of going viral, just wanted to let you know. They were super appreciative. They were like, Celia, that's great, congratulations, we're really happy. Kind of left it at that. The next day, more and more comments were coming in, and I was like, I'm actually getting this brand sales. So I decided to message them again, and I said, hey, just letting you know, the video seems to be doing really well. A lot of people are saying that they're buying products. Would you be interested in doing a gifted collaboration? What a gifted collaboration is basically the brand then sends you products. So for this example, Orange Sherbet then sent me a heap of clothes, and I then did a YouTube video, I shared it on TikTok, and there was no payment involved. I got to keep the clothes though. So that is a gifted collaboration. So it kind of works in your favor as the influencer, me being like, I got all of these amazing clothes that I do wear. And for them, they also got the exposure of me sharing it on my platform. So that's kind of how gifted collaborations work, and they can be really, really effective for brands. Let's talk money. I know from one of my previous businesses, the money that is involved in influencer marketing and the money that these influencers are making. And I remember when I first started looking into it, scouting out for influencers, I was like, holy shit, these people are making an absolute ton of money from this. So I knew when going into this, I had to have an idea of how much I was going to charge. And TikTok's really different because TikTok is a relatively new platform, and brands are still coming around to the idea that TikTok is actually going to, one, stay around, and two, be really effective. Before we get into money though, I do want to mention, obviously your content has to tie into kind of a niche. Let's say you're a cooking channel, right? And you just create lots of different cooking videos of the different recipes you make at home. A brand may reach out to you and say, hey Celia, we've got this sauce, will you include it in a video? That product ties in perfectly with your niche because it's in the cooking realm. You know what I mean? For me, I am not really niche. I share little snippets of my life, all like so many random stuff. Like I don't really have a niche other than I'm my own niche. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I am. Like I really don't have a niche. If I narrowed my stuff down and just did like my balloon content of my business, I would get so fucking bored of that. And that's why I don't have a niche. But when I reach out to brands, I have to have an idea of like how I can show that their products tie in. And this is the best example. My first ever brand deal was with 7-Eleven. If you're familiar with 7-Eleven, they're like a convenience store. They're usually at petrol stations across the country. So last year, me and my partner would go for Sunday afternoon drives. And what we'd usually have to do is stop and get petrol. And one day, I remember I filmed a TikTok of Budsy saying, do you want anything from the petrol station? And I was like, no, like you just decide. So he went in and got a heap of different snacks and stuff just for the drive, some drinks, some chips, I think some lollies, whatever it was. And then he came back out to the car and I made a TikTok about it. And that sort of turned into this thing that was like Sunday snacks on my TikTok. So every now and again, whenever we went for a drive on a Sunday, if we got some snacks, I would film it. One of the days I filmed it and we actually had gone to 7-Eleven, and then I joined Tribe and 7-Eleven was on there promoting some of their specials that they had coming up, and I thought, funny how things turn out. So I actually sent them the previous TikTok video that I had made, and I said, hey, we kind of do this thing called Sunday Snacks. Would you be interested? I can promote the items that are on your special and we can go from there. And they came back and was like, Celia, this is great, let's go ahead. So I earned money, I think from that first brand deal, it was like $175. And I was thinking, holy shit, I'm getting paid to do this. Like, that was my very first brand deal and I was just stoked. And that was when probably I had, oh, maybe around 200,000 TikTok followers, I think. Maybe less, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that brand deal gave me a really good base to start at, $175 for a TikTok video. Now, I haven't really dedicated myself to the whole influencing side of things, and I could definitely be earning a lot more if I was doing more work. But the best part is now that my TikTok account has grown, I have recently been charging upwards of $350, even over $500 for a TikTok video. I'm not going to mention all of the brands that I've worked with, but I have worked with insurance companies, I have worked with music artists. A lot of artists are finding that TikTok is a fantastic way to grow their following and make people aware of their voice and their sound and their new songs that they're coming out with. Basically what I'm trying to say is that you can make money from your platforms. You just need to know how. Like, you might start really small and start charging $25 on your Instagram whilst you're growing your account. You may get gifting collaborations, you might be on PR lists where they send you a lot of products and you just promote them when you receive them, unboxing hauls. There are so many different options, but yeah, as I said, I've charged up to $500 for TikTok videos. I think I've done 2 TikTok videos for $500, and it all comes down to the brand. So sometimes a brand will reach out to me and say, hey, we're wanting to work with you. How much would you charge for this? And I instantly start thinking, how can I best promote that for them? So I will do some brainstorming. I will come up with usually 2 different options, and I will respond to them in an email saying, here is option 1, which is usually a cheaper option, but then I'll give them option 2, which contains more content. So option 1 might be 1 video for X amount of dollars, and then option 2 might be 3 videos for a slightly less rate per video option. There are so many different ways to do it, and I just find it it's so fun. Like, I genuinely love the whole influencer content creating, working with brands, getting brand sales that are for products that I would genuinely use or like. I will leave a link below to Tribe, the platform that I use. I highly recommend it. And as I said, you only need 3,000 followers to be able to gain access to that platform. Now, there are a heap of other platforms that you can use and I've started looking into, but I have definitely found that Tribe is the easiest and most effective so far. There are multiple ways that you can also reach brands, so you don't have to find platforms. You can contact them directly. I found Instagram direct message super effective. If you have a really nice message that you can send to them on Instagram, sometimes what I also do is I'll message on Instagram and be like, hey, my name's Celia, I have a following on TikTok, I really love your products, I've got a great idea for a collaboration. Do you have the email contact for your marketing manager? That's a really good way to get the email address of that brand's marketing team so that you can then contact them and send through a pitch via email. I hope this video has given you lots of tips and a bit of an insight to how the whole influencing side of things works. I know literally when I was sitting at my old full-time job, sitting at my desk thinking that would be such a cool way to earn money, and especially because you're not confined to an office. You can do this from anywhere. Like, you could be traveling, and I've seen this. Influencers say, hey, I'm heading to Bali. If there's any brands that want to collaborate, let me know. And then brands send them clothing, or they send them a drink bottle, or they'll send them whatever it is. And then they will go to Bali, take some really aesthetically pleasing photos, and that's their collaboration and probably their holiday paid for. Influencing is a fantastic way to make money, but it's also like incredibly profitable. If you want me to do any more videos on influencing, or if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll make sure to get back to them as soon as possible. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.